The avocado, Persea americana, once considered a luxury food item, has become increasingly popular worldwide, with US consumption growing from £436 million in 1985 to £2.7 billion in 2022. This nutrient-dense fruit has garnered significant attention in scientific research due to its unique nutritional profile and potential health benefits. This video synthesizes current scientific evidence on avocado consumption and its effects on human health, with particular attention to methodology and research quality. Avocados possess a distinctive nutritional profile that sets them apart from most other fruits. A medium-sized avocado, approximately 100 grams, contains about 160 calories, 14.7 grams of fat, predominantly monounsaturated, 8.5 grams of carbohydrates, 6.7 grams of fiber, and less than 1 gram of sugar. One of the most remarkable aspects of avocados is their fat composition, with roughly 15.63 grams of monounsaturated fats, 3.04 grams of polyunsaturated fats, and 4.82 grams of saturated fats per 100 grams. Unlike most fruits that are primarily carbohydrate-based, avocados derive most of their caloric content from healthy fats, particularly oleic acid, the same type found in olive oil. Beyond macronutrients, avocados are rich in numerous vitamins and minerals, including vitamins C, E, K, and various B vitamins, as well as potassium, magnesium, and folate. The fruit also contains significant amounts of bioactive compounds such as carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin, which function as antioxidants in the body. The phytochemical profile of avocados extends beyond basic nutrition. Researchers have identified numerous bioactive compounds in avocados, including polyphenols and flavonoids that contribute to their health-promoting properties. Even the avocado seed, typically discarded, contains valuable compounds such as polysaccharides, proteins, lipids, minerals, and vitamins. A comprehensive chemical analysis of avocado seeds has revealed significant quantities of fatty acids, including palmitic, 7.1 micrograms per gram, nervonic, 2.88 micrograms per gram, arachidic, 2.39 micrograms per gram, linoleic, 4.06 micrograms per gram, oleic, 5.32 micrograms per gram, stearic, 5.06 micrograms per gram, and several others. These phytonutrients likely contribute to observed health benefits through antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and metabolic pathways. Research interest in the medicinal properties of avocado components has grown substantially, especially in exploring novel therapeutic applications. Some of the most robust evidence for avocado benefits relates to cardiovascular health. A 2022 prospective cohort study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association followed 68,786 women and 41,701 men for 30 years. The study found that those who consumed 2 or more servings of avocado weekly had a 16% lower risk of cardiovascular disease and a 21% lower risk of coronary heart disease compared to non-consumers. The researchers used Cox proportional hazards regression models to estimate hazard ratios while adjusting for lifestyle and dietary factors. Furthermore, replacing half a serving per day of margarine, butter, egg, yogurt, cheese, or processed meats with an equivalent amount of avocado was associated with a 16 to 22% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. This substitution analysis offers practical dietary guidance for reducing heart disease risk. Controlled trials have demonstrated avocados' positive effects on blood lipid profiles. A 2023 meta-analysis on cardiometabolic risk factors found significant reductions in total cholesterol, down 5.08 milligrams per deciliter compared to control groups. In participants with hypercholesterolemia, the benefits were more pronounced. LDL cholesterol dropped by 9.4 milligrams per deciliter and total cholesterol by 7.54 milligrams per deciliter. The meta-analysis employed random effects models, assessed statistical heterogeneity using X-squared and I-squared statistics, and evaluated publication bias through funnel plots. Another 2019 study showed that consuming 1 avocado daily reduced oxidized LDL by 8.8% and increased plasma lutein concentration by 68.7%. This randomized crossover controlled feeding trial used general linear mixed models to assess treatment effects, demonstrating rigorous methodology. Avocados may support cardiovascular health through their high potassium content, 583 milligrams per 100 grams, which helps regulate blood pressure by counterbalancing sodium. According to a cardiologist from Scripps Center for Integrative Medicine, increasing potassium intake is crucial for reducing heart disease risk. Additionally, the monounsaturated fats in avocados are linked to reduced inflammation, further benefiting vascular health. Avocados may aid in glucose regulation and diabetes management. A cross-sectional analysis of 14,591 Hispanic Latino adults found avocado intake was associated with better glucose and insulin homeostasis, particularly in those with type 2 diabetes. In participants with T2D, avocado consumption was associated with lower hemoglobin A1C and fasting glucose levels. Specifically, HbA1c decreased by 0.36 plus or minus 0.21, p equals 0.02, and fasting glucose dropped by 0.27 plus or minus 0.12, p equals 0.02. The study controlled for sociodemographic and health behavior variables using multivariable linear regression models. Avocados contain only 1.9 grams of carbs and 0.5 grams of sugar per 100 grams, making them ideal for blood sugar control. A study showed individuals who ate half or a whole avocado at breakfast had significantly lower glycemic and insulinemic responses than those who ate an isocaloric meal without avocado. Their fiber and healthy fats slow digestion and absorption, reducing post-meal blood sugar spikes, a benefit for those with diabetes or prediabetes. Emerging research indicates that avocado consumption may positively influence gut health and the microbiome. A randomized controlled trial found that participants who ate avocados daily had increased alpha diversity in gut bacteria. There was an enrichment of beneficial genera such as Faecalibacterium, Lachnospira, and Alistipes, showing a 26 to 65% increase compared to controls. The study used 16S rRNA gene sequencing and fecal metabolite analysis. The avocado group also showed an 18% greater fecal acetate concentration, a 70% increase in stearic acid, and a 98% rise in palmitic acid. Additionally, bile acid concentrations, cholic and chenodioxycholic acid, were reduced by 91% and 57%, respectively, indicating altered bile metabolism with health implications. Avocados are rich in dietary fiber, about 5.3 grams per 100 grams. A medium avocado provides around 3.2 grams of fiber, making them the fruit with the highest dietary fiber concentration commonly consumed. Soluble fiber lowers cholesterol, while insoluble fiber adds bulk to stool, promoting regular bowel movements. This helps prevent constipation and supports gut health. Fiber is also linked to reduced colon cancer risk, better weight management, and improved blood sugar control in diabetics. Avocados have also been studied for their potential anti-cancer effects. A 2023 prospective study tracking US adults over 30 years identified 8,812 and 13,095 incident cancer cases in men and women, respectively. It found that men who consumed at least one weekly serving of avocado had a 15% lower risk of total cancer than those eating fewer than one per month. More specifically, those men had significantly reduced risks for colorectal cancer, HR 0.71, lung cancer, HR 0.71, bladder cancer, HR 0.72. The findings used Cox proportional hazard models and adjusted for multiple confounding variables. Several mechanisms may explain avocados' cancer protective effects. They contain antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, which are two key contributors to cancer. The high folate content of 41% of the daily value per avocado supports DNA synthesis and repair. Phytochemicals in avocado, including seed extracts, have shown anti-cancer activity in preclinical studies. Although more human research is needed, the evidence so far is promising. Despite being high in fat and calories, avocados do not appear to contribute to weight gain. A systematic review and meta-analysis showed no adverse effects on weight or body composition when avocados were included in weight loss diets. In fact, a 2022 study from Penn State found that eating one avocado daily for 6 months had no effect on belly fat, liver fat, or waist circumference. This was the largest and longest clinical trial on avocado health effects to date. These results challenge the idea that calorie-dense foods like avocados must lead to weight gain. Avocados may help regulate appetite. Their combination of healthy fats and fiber increases feelings of fullness after meals. This satiety effect can reduce total daily calorie intake, potentially supporting weight management. Monounsaturated fats digest slowly, providing steady energy. Meanwhile, fiber adds bulk and slows digestion. This makes avocados a valuable food for those managing hunger cues, despite their caloric density. Avocados are also good for your eyes. They're rich in carotenoids, especially lutein and zeaxanthin, compounds that concentrate in the macula, where they filter blue light and reduce oxidative damage. Monounsaturated fats in avocados help absorb these fat-soluble antioxidants more efficiently. Studies show that regular intake may reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of blindness in older adults. Before we wrap up, let's go over 8 lesser-known facts about avocados that might surprise you, and maybe even change the way you look at this so-called superfood. First off, avocados are toxic, but not to us. They contain a compound called persin. It's perfectly safe for humans, but it can be dangerous, even deadly, to some animals like birds, rabbits, and horses. So, if you've got pets around, keep the guacamole out of their reach. 2. Then there's avocado hand. Yes, that's a real thing. ER doctors have actually given it a name because so many people injure themselves trying to cut open avocados. That seemingly innocent pit, it's responsible for a lot of stitches. So, maybe use a spoon next time. 3. Here's a strange one. Avocados don't ripen on the tree. They only start ripening after they're picked. So when you see avocados at the store, they've essentially been paused in time and are just waiting for the ripening process to begin. 4. You might have heard them called something else. Alligator pears. That was actually one of their earliest names, thanks to their rough skin and pear-like shape. Imagine ordering an alligator pear toast. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, right? 5. They can trigger allergic reactions, especially in people with latex allergies. There's something called latex fruit syndrome, and avocados are one of the top culprits. If you've ever felt a weird itch in your mouth after eating one, this might be why. 6. Believe it or not, they're actually berries. Botanically speaking, avocados are classified as single-seeded berries. So yes, that green creamy thing on your toast is more closely related to a blueberry than a nut. 7. And while they're packed with healthy fats, they're also high in calories. One medium avocado can have up to 320 calories. So if you're watching your intake, don't let the health food label fool you. 8. Finally, avocados aren't always sustainable. In many regions, they're not naturally suited to the climate, and trying to grow them anyway can lead to water depletion and poor farming practices. In other words, not all avocados are green, at least not environmentally. So, next time you slice into one of these trendy fruits, just remember, there's a lot more going on under that skin than meets the eye. Scientific evidence strongly supports a range of health benefits associated with avocado consumption, from improved cardiovascular and metabolic health to digestive function, potential cancer protection, and even vision support. Avocados' nutrient and phytochemical richness make them a unique and evidence-based addition to a healthy diet. Although more research is needed to uncover their full potential, current findings align with dietary recommendations for disease prevention and wellness. If you found this deep dive helpful, give the video a thumbs up, share it, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification icon for more science-backed food insights. Until next time, stay healthy. Thanks for watching.